I was consistently sexually abused and assaulted for most of my early childhood, during the developmental years. And the way that I dealt with it was that my mind immediately blocked it out. So by the time I became an adolescent, um, although that particular abuser was out of our lives, um, it sort of opened the door for a couple of other people to have easy access to me. And I remember around the age of 8 writing in my journal, because I always had a diary or a journal of some sort, and I'm positive that that is part of what kept me alive. But I remember writing in it that one day I wanted to share with the world how much God loved them. And my goal was to be able to love people unconditionally and so well that it would convince them that God loved them too. Um, and then I forgot about it, but that remained my heart's desire and has remained my heart's desire all the way up to today. But I would be lying if I didn't tell you that there is still a part of me, that little, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8-year old part of me that wonders, God, if you love me, where were you and why did you allow this to happen to me? I can't reconcile the two. And I'm still working through that with God. What I love, though, about my relationship with God is that I can be that honest. And it's a relationship more than a religion. It's a relationship. And the more vulnerable and honest I can be with God and with myself, the more authentically I can show up in the world, and the more intimately I can be in relationship with Him and with other people. At some point during my adulthood, I did go to a 3-week day program, and it was out of town, so I stayed there. Instead of coming home on the weekends, because I didn't want my children to see me like this. And by this time, I was a divorced single mother. But I was determined to do the work. I was determined to do whatever I needed to do to be more whole and healthy for my children, not even as much for myself as for them, because I realized that I did not want this cycle of silence, of, trauma to continue to them. And I wanted to teach them how to live in a emotionally and psychologically healthy way, and how to process their thoughts and emotions and work through things and have a true and genuine relationship with God. I wanted that for them. And so I had to be the example of that. I'm still a work in progress. I'm still a work in progress, but I am growing and learning and becoming more whole, more real, more authentically me. And that means that my love for people, the only love that can come from God through me to people is even more authentic and real. Not that God is not authentic and real, but that I have not always been authentic and real. So this is my journey, and the journey continues.